Well, hey, it's Brian from the Stogie Review. I'm here with Ernesto Perez-Carrillo, interview here at IPCPR, and we're smoking his new EP Carrillo Edición Inaugural 2009, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
So tell us a little bit about the cigar.
Well, basically, this is the cigar that we're going to introduce this year at the ICPRC, right? The
IPCPR.
Right. and basically, it's it's the since I left General, my family, my son and my daughter, Ernie and Lisette, we decided to start a new company, which is going to be called EPC Cigar, and basically this is going to be our inaugural brand, which we're only going to produce about 150,000 from now to about March or April, which is when we're coming out with the regular core brand. So this is a special blend that, like I said before, it's going to come in boxes of 10, only 150,000 available, and it's basically a blend of, I would say, 75–80% Nicaragua. We have some Dominican Republic Seco in there, and then we're using two binders. We're using a Nicaragua and a Piloto binder from the Dominican Republic, and the wrapper is an Ecuador Habano. Now, the interesting thing about this wrapper was grown as an experimental wrapper by ASP, David Perez, which we go back, the family goes back a long time. And it's a seed that they came up with about 4 or 5 years ago, and they did some experiment. He gave me a sample about, I would say, probably about 2 or 3 years ago, and I tried it, and I liked it a lot. And the funny thing is, I said, since it was experimental, I never thought of doing anything with it. Now, when I decided to go on my own, I remember, and I asked him if he still had that wrapper around. So at that time, he said to me, well, Ernesto, we don't have, the only thing we have is like 29, 30 bales. So I said, well, let me take a look at it. So I flew down to Nicaragua, checked out the wrapper, made some samples, loved the taste, the complexity of the wrapper. And that's what that's what we're coming out with for this first edition. So what I've done now, we've spoken, and I've asked him to grow some more of this wrapper for me. But that won't be ready probably to 2011, 2012. So this is kind of a taste of what's going to come, and we'll probably just be using this for special types of editions and limited editions and that type of cigars.
Okay. What do you think the MSRP price point will be? Do you expect
It's
for this
going to
cigar?
be the cigar is going to be, it's going to retail for $13, and like I said before, boxes of 10, and it's going to be limited to probably 100. I'm shooting for 150,000, maybe a little bit less, but that's what I'm shooting for now. And we're going to be putting this out in the market probably about 25,000 a month, because we're setting up a factory in Dominican Republic, and we're hoping to start hopefully by September, late September, early October. So by November we'll have some product out there, and then just be allocating it little by little till March or April when we come out with the regular core brand.
Okay. So tell us about the process of, you left General. What were you what was that? What was going on there?
Well, the thing with General, I was with him 9 years, and it was incredible to work for a company like that, where basically General Swedish Match, I was just doing my own thing, basically, and but after a while I said to myself, do I want to do this for the rest of my life, or do I want to do something on my own? So I finished up with them, and my original plan was to go out and make like private boutique brands, and that was the idea that I had. Now, when my daughter and my son got interested in the business, we decided to change the strategy and the plan of the company, what the company would be like, because they would be helping me out. As whereas before, if I had done this on my own, it was going to be hard for me to do all the marketing and sales and all that type of stuff. So this is when we decided to come up with EP Carrillo, and start our own company, and start slowly, start little, but make try to make some very interesting stuff up there, which I hope this is the beginning of the the whole plan that we have in mind.
Absolutely. So it's basically starting up a family business.
Exactly.
Something you expect
we're not
to be
looking.
around.
Yeah, we're not looking to be huge. We're looking to just have something. This is going to be like my toy, I guess, to a certain degree. It's going to be. It's been our passion for for ages. So it's going to be something that we're going to do just for the love of it. And needless to say, we're very excited. The whole family's gotten into it, and it's just taken up the whole family to a certain degree.
No, that's great. That's great. Just thought just occurred to me, kind of out of left field. What do you think about the Cuban embargo? Do you think that's likely to end soon, or what are your thoughts on that?
Well, the Cuban embargo, a lot of people, I think, to a certain degree, don't understand that the Cuban embargo is not something that the U.S. wants. Needless to say, the United States, they want to go in there. They want to have, be able to help the people out, whatever. And I don't think that's something that's going to end, and soon. I think that's it's being. I mean, they've been talking about this for ages, and nothing has happened. So I don't think it's the United States per se that doesn't want the embargo. I think it's the government, the Cuban government itself.
Yeah.
So I mean, you hear these things. Well, the Americans, believe me, I don't think it's the U.S. that has a problem with opening it up.
So you looking forward to, if it did open, you looking forward to blending with Cuban tobacco?
I'm looking forward to that. I think it would be great to be able to, right now, I mean, there's such an array of tobacco out there, and this is why, I've gotten so excited about this industry now, despite of everything that you hear about taxes and anti-smoking and all that, to me, that's irrelevant. I think cigar smokers, what they're looking for is smoking a good cigar, whether it be mine or anybody else's. And I don't think any of these, things that are going on is going to change that. But it's going to be exciting because even though we have now tobaccos from Dominican, from Nicaragua, from Honduras, I mean, there's tobacco being grown in different areas of in Dominican besides the traditional areas. There's different seeds being used. Now they're using Corojos, they're using Criollo 98. I mean, it's out there. It's out there, and I think the industry now is, as it has in the past years, it's just going to keep getting stronger and stronger. The quality is going to be there, the different taste profiles, the complexity. I mean, I'm very excited about it.
So what are your?
Some people ask me, why would you go into the cigar business now as things as it is?
Yeah.
And I say, hey, I think what people don't understand, cigar smokers. And I'm proud to be a cigar. I mean, we're a different breed. We just want quality. We want, something that's going to really say something to us. And like I've always said, you got to let the cigar talk to you. And this is, I think, what the cigar smoker is looking for. So whatever happens outside of that, to me, it's not really important. And I'm going to do it because I love doing it, because I have a lot of faith. I mean, look at you guys with your blogs and stuff, I mean, there's no end to this. There's really no end to this. So.
Yeah, I hope not. Any other thoughts on like the taxes, S-chip, that sort of thing? Has it made it more difficult for you to get going? Or?
I think, let me tell you something. Psychologically, right now a lot of people are looking at it from a psychological point of view, in the sense that they say, well, it's $1 more, 40 cents more, it's going to go up. Hey, it is what it is. I mean, there's nothing we can do about that. I think the only thing we can do is just make a great quality product, try to keep a price where, folks can afford the cigars, and go forward with that. I really don't think that, like I said before, I don't think that cigar smokers are really taken aback that much. I mean, I know there's hard times now, economic times are bad, but, it's going to come back. It's going to come back. And as long as we have, and I think the cigar is going to be one of the things that, for people that are unfortunately going through this, hard times, they're going to have something to go home to and say, hey, at least I can smoke a good cigar, and things will work out. I have a lot of faith in in this country, because this country has been to worse things, and we've always come through. So
Yeah, absolutely.
it'll be good.
Well, on the subject of the IPCPR, what do you want to accomplish for this to be a successful show for you, like goals and whatnot?
Well, the goal, needless to say, is to put the company, put the cigar out there. I know it's going to be limited. So far, even though the cigars, and we've had a lot of response from people that want to take the cigar, and a lot of retailers that want to take them into stores. And we just want people to a lot of the retailers that don't know my son, my daughter, come and meet them. Those that haven't met me or don't know me, come and say hello to us. And, we'll go from there. I know we're here to stay. And this is a great venue for us. And I see this first show as being, for us, very successful. So I'm looking forward to it.
So am I. So am I.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great.
I think it will too.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys have anything you wanted to add to? Any questions or anything?
No, did you mention the price point on the
Yeah, $13.
13.
And
yeah.
it's coming in boxes of 10.
Boxes of 10. Okay.
So and it's I think we don't have the box with us now, but we've made a very impressive box, which I think once we come out with it, I mean, the whole packaging concept it's different than what people expect from me. People, I've been with La Gloria so long that people kind of expect a certain thing as far as packaging from me, and even the cigar. And I think they're going to see that it's a whole different new concept.
Do you think that has the potential to hurt your image, being that it's not quite what people are accustomed to with La Gloria?
Well, that's something that, I mean, La Gloria is something that's so unique in itself that I don't want to ever copy that again. That's something that that was there, and it's a great product, great packaging and everything. But I got to move beyond that and set my own thing now. And will it hurt me? Quite frankly, I don't think so. I think that once people try the cigar, I think they'll see what I'm about now.
I got to say, this cigar has incredible construction. I just tried to tap it off, and it's not going anywhere. In fact, I smoked one of the pre-release ones at home, and the ash was about half of it before it would come off.
Yeah.
And I'd set it down, it'd roll over and hit the ash on the side of the ashtray, and it would stay on. So I don't know how you do it. It must be.
Well, we use a lot of we're using a lot of aged tobacco, heavy tobacco. We're using Visos, Ligero. But I think that the trick to this whole thing with this particular cigar, which a lot of people have mentioned, is the slow smoke. The flavor that it gives to you, and the ash. That has been.
Yeah, when I was smoking it, I was working at the time, but I smoked the thing for like 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And it was a Robusto, that's nuts.
Yeah, it's a 52 by 5 3/8.
Yeah.
It doesn't smoke, extra fast. I mean, and the thing about the cigar, you can relight it, and you get, like, the complexity. They're still there. The amount of strength, everything is. And one thing that a lot of people have mentioned, which is something that I was working for, is the creaminess of the cigar. I mean, that was one of the things that I wasn't really looking for something extra heavy or extra strong or whatever. I was looking for complexity. I'm looking for a cigar that's going to leave you, your palate with some creaminess, with some, how do you say, complexity.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's what I'm looking for.
Great, great.
I just had one question.
Sure.
Go for it.
It's about distribution. Is this something that you're going to try to keep in only selling brick and mortar shops, B&Ms, or is it something that's going to be available online, or both? I mean, there's just a big push about some manufacturers not wanting their product being sold online.
Right.
So they say it's taken away from sales from local B&Ms
No,
and things like that.
I think our plan is, okay, this is going to be like all of our product is going to be a contract product. I think we have to be realistic in the sense that we want to sell. We don't want to leave. We don't want to say we only do brick and mortar. We're going to do brick and mortar, but we have to we have to do something with the online people too. What we don't want this to be is something that's going to be like over the internet, because the quantity is not going to be there. It's just going to be 150,000. And I think what's important is we don't want to say that we want to leave anybody out. I mean, we have some customers. I've had customers for 20 years that I can't tell them, just because they're online customers, no, I'm not going to sell you, because I mean they felt me out for 20 years. It'd be unfair for me to say they'll come out with something new and say, no, you can't have this. I gotta be frank about that.
Yeah.
But what I will say is it can be discounted online or anywhere. That's something that I want to be fair to the retailers, to the brick and mortar, because they've been very good to me also. So I mean that's a key issue, and it can be done. I mean there's a lot of brands out there that do online sales, retail sales, and everybody respects the prices. That's the bottom line. I mean, if you want to buy from your retailer, you should pay the same as from the online, and vice versa. So that's something that I think that's one way we want to handle that. No discounting, especially in this product, because it's going to be limited, and I think it'll work.
Yeah, if they honor that, that's a pretty good middle ground.
That's the whole thing. And if they don't, for some reason, I mean, I think people, understand, that there's certain products that you really can't discount, and they respect that. So I'm not worried about that. I just want to, I just want everybody that can to try it, and I think you have to be realistic. Online is very big nowadays.
It is. It's actually. I heard reports that it's grown significantly by 20 or 30%.
I heard it's about 60%.
Is it 60%?
Yeah.
Versus, unfortunately, brick and mortars are down by, I think,
But
about
one
10.
thing that we are going to do with this particular cigar, it's going to be distributed evenly, so that if you want 2 boxes, 3 boxes, 5 boxes, in proportion to what other people might ask, you'll get your allotment. And hopefully that way, we'll be able to serve as many people as we can.
Great.
So.
Do we have? If we have no more questions, no? Okay. Well, thanks for taking
Okay,
time out
you guys
of your
going
busy
back
schedule.
to the CRA now?
Yeah, that's the plan. Thanks for
Yeah, that's right. You want
doing
to
some
ride back
video with
together?
us. Sure,
Yeah,
absolutely.
let's go back.
Great.
I'm
We're
going
going back to the trade show, I guess.
Yeah, to the
See you guys.
CRA meeting.
Yeah, CRA meeting.